Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. I always try to time it, and sometimes I'm on the money, sometimes I'm not on the money. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome to a rare appearance, a rare Saturday edition of Tom Clark's Main Event. This, as you can well see, is episode number 290. Oh my God. You know what that means? We are 10 weeks away from episode number 300. I can't believe we're almost there. I can't wait. I'm stoked. You better be stoked. I is pretty excited. Check out the feast behind me, man. Look at the size of that bird, dude. It's just itching to be eaten, isn't it? Thanksgiving is less than a week away. Hope you and yours are going to have a tremendous day. I'm having my first of three Thanksgivings tomorrow. So, my first is tomorrow. My second is Thursday. My third, possibly Wednesday. Not necessarily in that order. So, it's Saturday. It's 12 noon. I don't know what kind of crowd we're going to get here watching the show. But if you guys and gals will, I would greatly appreciate it if you would share this link on your own Facebook pages. Let's try to get it out there as much as we can. Let's try to fill the room up with as many people who are willing to watch as possible. And also, if you will, smash the like button for me. Those of you who are here, I would greatly appreciate that as always. As you guys well know, I don't ask for a whole lot. All of our content at the Main Event, of course, is free. There's an audio podcast that accompanies the Main Event. This particular podcast has been going actually since 2014. It's a labor of love in a lot of ways for me. I love doing this show. I have no intention of ever stopping this show. Some weeks we're on time, other weeks we're a little bit behind. It is what it is. But I will always send out a laurel and a hearty handshake to everyone here who has who continues to support, who has supported in the past, and who will support in the future. It means loads to me. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. Again, smash the like button. We're going to give it a few more minutes here before we start really cranking on today's content. We got a big show ahead of us. We are previewing AEW Full Gear taking place. What night is it, John? Tonight. That's right. AEW Full Gear is happening tonight. If you can see, it's out of control. It is indeed out of control. I look like I haven't slept. I got some rest, but man, it was a long week for yours truly, a good week, a rewarding week. Cheers to you, my friends. Look at that. Nectar of the gods. Trust me when I tell you that, kids. Again, smash the like button for me. Please, 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 and thank you. Make it happen. And again, share the link on your Facebook page. If you've got a Twitter, please share it there as well. It would mean loads to me. Okay? Whatever socials that you have, please share this link. I would greatly appreciate it. We're always trying to get new eyes on the show. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we're going to, again, give thanks to everyone here who watches and who supports. Let's see who is first to the table. Technically, the table. Chad Too Bad in the house. Carlos, what's going on? Yes. I announced it yesterday, Will, for sure. Belinda, how are you doing? Alan, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. E, what's going on? Oh, E, all my best to your mom, dude. I know we give each other a hard time. But, dude, all my best to the family. Well wishes for a very speedy recovery. And thank you for your kind words. I'm so proud of my kid. I can't help it. I can't stand it. Everyone, please welcome an actual living, breathing professional wrestler here on the show, Mr. Brino Royce. The Muhammad Ali to my Howard Cosell. Yes. I look forward to doing those interviews. It should be fun. Double V, Victor Vasquez, what's going on? Robbie in the house. What's going on, dude? Yes, incest and the fan of the old school paying the rent. I like that, boy. You know how to give a man an intro. That's a proper intro. Thank you, my friend. Keith, how you doing? Wilf, what's going on? If all of you gentlemen and lady have not smashed the like button, please do that for me. I know I ask a lot. I get it. You guys just wanted to tune in to talk a little bit of wrestling, and I'm making you do stuff. My apologies. I made the mistake of setting the cup down and did not turn on the I don't know what you call this thing, the cup warmer. I got one of those mug warmers you plug up, you know what I mean? Because like I either love my coffee, you know, hot like they just scooped it out of the depths of hell, or I like iced coffee. I do not like lukewarm coffee. The lukewarm coffee, she no good. I'm just saying. She no make me happy. So basically, I need core of the sun or Arctic winter. There you go. All right, kids. Keith, I'm just going to leave your comment up the whole time. Everyone, please welcome Keith to the show. I'm falling asleep here today, kids. It is 12:11 my time. Where are you in the world, and what time is it where you is today? And what you doing on this fine Saturday besides watching your boy when you could be outside enjoying that cold weather that's threatening and liable to kill all of us? Because let me tell you, it's chilly here. You step outside too long, it'll be crispy. You be crispy. Get me? He says, what kind of coffee you drinking? I, my friend, am drinking caramel drizzle. The little Folgers cup. Usually I drink the hazelnut cream. It's like my favorite coffee, man. I don't have any holiday flavors right now. You guys know I'm all about the holidays. My tree went up November 1st. You don't like it? Suck it, Grinches. I don't care. Wilf is in Central Time. Thanks for hanging out. Casey Mo, watching University of Michigan game. Well done, Chad. Too bad. And again, anyone that didn't tune in today is missing some very cool stuff because next week is Thanksgiving. So here's what I got for you. Ready? He's back. It's been a year since you've seen him. I know you missed him. The official turkey of Tom Clark's main event. Ready? Who says I'm not ready for the holidays, baby? Are you kidding? One more time so the people in the cheap seats can hear it. Hey, baby. Doesn't he look delicious, by the way? Man, if you don't watch the video edition of this podcast, are you missing out? That's the truth. Shannon, I only went live today so you could join me because I love you. You're awesome. Everyone, please welcome Shannon back to the show. It's been too freaking long. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sugar Shane. Watching Westerns all day. Hey, man, I love me some Westerns. Jimmy Stewart is my favorite actor of all time. So, like, anytime a Jimmy Stewart Western is on, there you go. Chad says, when is Sasha Banks coming back? Brother, if I knew, I would tell you. Hey, man, we're starting to fill the room up now. I'm pretty happy about that. Everyone, if you're just tuning in, what's up? Please smash the like button and please share this link on all your socials, including the Facebook. I would greatly, as always, appreciate it. Again, happy Saturday to you for those of you just tuning in. There, we'll get it. Gerald and Choche, good to see you both. We're getting ready to get cranking, okay? And we've got something to talk about here today. It's the AEW Full Gear Preview. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tom, I've heard a bunch of these. What are you going to bring to the table that I haven't already heard? Well, that's a darn good question. But it's all good, baby. You know you haven't heard a preview till you heard mine. I don't know why I'd say that. Mostly because I am biased. But it's all right. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and kick it off. I don't know where I'm going with this. Again, I'm still trying in the process of waking up. Let's go ahead and kick this off. Eddie Kingston versus Jun Akiyama. All right. I have, during the course of the past few days, And let me just tell everyone here something in all due fairness. If you guys and gals are ever tuning in to a podcast on the Facebook and it's not Tom's show, first off, it's totally fine with me. I want you to absorb as much pro wrestling content as you can. I personally have never had a problem with that. I've never said that you guys have to be Tom Clark's Main Event fans and how dare you do anything else. There's some good podcasters out there doing a lot of good work, presenting level-headed opinions, doing their best to entertain the audience, and allowing people the possibility to be heard, as well as the possibility to be wrong. Because as we all know, pro wrestling is a very, very subjective form of entertainment. It is not always going to be as we see. It's not always how it is presented. Now, I don't want to confuse anybody right out the gate here, but I'm saying all this to make a point, okay? And I want you guys to really, really pay attention here as I say this. As much as I enjoy listening to other podcasts and watching other podcasts, and I'm a podcast nerd. I really, truly am. And that's no lie. Here's something I will tell you for sure. There's some bad content out there. Spoiler alert, there's some bad content out there. Okay. Now, here's what I'll tell you. When I say bad content, I'm giving you my opinion. Okay. It does not necessarily mean that I'm right. And honestly, if I'm being straight, just like the business of pro wrestling, the business of pro wrestling podcasting is also very subjective. And I wish it wasn't. I wish that bad was just bad and good is just good. But we all know that is really not probably ever going to be the case. Okay. So, what I believe to be bad, you guys may watch and believe to be awesome. Well, here's what I'll tell you. I have my preferences. I'm not going to bother telling you what those are right now. And again, I would never, in my professional career as a writer and podcaster, I would never presume to tell anyone how they should consume their choice of entertainment. It is completely up to you. All right. But man, I'm going a long way around it to get to this point. I've heard some opinions about a lot of stuff in AEW recently. And just so we're all being very crystal clear with each other, as I said, I do watch and absorb a lot of podcasts. Just because you don't see me in the crowd does not mean that I am not watching. Okay. I make a point to watch a lot more than I will ever comment on. And I do that for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons I do it for is because I'm curious to see what other people's thoughts are. And I'm curious to see what other hosts are saying about certain topics. Okay. But having said that, I will say this, just because I'm watching podcasts, and you may not see me, doesn't mean I don't have an opinion. It's just that I choose not to comment because number one, I don't want to be unprofessional. Number two, I don't want to interject my opinion if I'm not asked for it. Number three, I never want to come off as some elitist know-it-all. All right, because I'm far from it. And are we straight? Is everybody good with everything I'm telling you? Have I bored you to tears enough? All right. So let's get cranking. I wanted to say all that before I dove in so everyone understands where I'm coming from. Okay, kids? We're kicking off with, as we said, Eddie Kingston versus the legend Jun Akiyama. I have heard certain things about Eddie, about how he's not getting much. And listen, here's what I'll tell you. Everyone is more than entitled to their opinion on how this stuff works. I am as well, and I'm going to give you my opinion. In terms of AEW as a company, do they do everything right? In my opinion, the answer is no. Okay. Now, does that mean that there is a company that does everything right? In my opinion, the answer is no. All right. So again, please bear with me. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Would I love to see Eddie on TV more? Absolutely. Would I love to see Eddie go on a win streak that leads him to the championship of the world? Cool. Why not? Here's the thing. We all have our favorites. Look, Punk was my favorite for years. I'm not going to say I hate the guy now, but my opinion of Punk has changed quite a bit since what happened in the locker room. Our opinions can evolve. They can change over time. You guys know that. So here's what I'm saying to you. Where is Eddie's growth in terms of AEW? We all have our opinions on this. Is he where we think he should be? Should he be higher on the card? Is he in the perfect spot, or have they missed a step? It's not for me to tell you how you feel. I want to hear from you. First off, what do you think about this match? And second, on top of that, what do you think about Eddie Kingston in terms of his current spot in the company? Are you with it? Is it not working for you? Is it working for you? I want to hear from you, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. He says, when are you going to run for office? Brother, they don't want me. Trust me. What's up, Ron? How are you, my friend? Charlotte, what's going on? Charlotte, we always wait for you. You know this. Sandy in Germany, shut up. He's here. Look at him. He's here. Sandy in Germany. Good to talk to you, sir. No, I'm not naming a few. Never going to do it. I'll never throw anybody under the bus. Ever. Sugar Shane says every dog has his day. Oh, you guys are talking football. You guys. You guys are funny. Yeah, I agree with that, Shannon. I agree with that. I can get behind that. It's normal. Ray, all day, you are forgiven, my friend. You're always forgiven. Thank you for tuning in. Again, kids, please smash the like button and spread this link around on your Facebook pages. Thank you. Ray says Eddie's a solid worker, in my opinion. I can't see him in the main event. He doesn't have the it factor, and I respect your opinion. I will agree with you to a certain level, and I will disagree on another level. I will say that a lot of people didn't see Daniel Bryan, the man formerly known as Daniel Bryan in WWE, getting that position. Namely, the people who run WWE didn't see him getting that position. They were dead freaking wrong. Not that you're dead freaking wrong. I don't know. But where does someone belong in the pecking order? Let's be honest. It's all based on fan perception. If the fans perceive you to be a star, you're probably going to be a star. Does that make sense? I like Eddie a lot. He was red hot. And you can make the argument now that they've thrown a cup of water on him, a bucket of water, actually, maybe even dunked him in a tub full of it to cool him down. Now, do I believe that? I think Eddie's mouth gets him in trouble when it shouldn't. And I think if Eddie were here, he would admit that. And I have no disrespect toward Eddie Kingston in the slightest. But I will say there are times, not speaking specifically about Eddie here, there are times for all of us when we need to know when to speak. And you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You know what I mean? Sometimes silence is the best course of action. Not all the time. And I'm foaming at the mouth over the Eddie thing. It's just, I guess I do like him. I do like him quite a bit. And I'd like to see good things happen for him. And honestly, let's be straight. Just because he doesn't have a championship and he's not on Dynamite every week and he's not in the main event every week doesn't mean he's not happy. We just assume he's not. You know what? You want to know why? Because a lot of fans, not necessarily you guys, but a lot of fans believe it's the world title or bust. You know what I mean? It's the world title or bust. And if they're not world champion, that's it. Now, there's something to be said, honestly, for the talent in question to want to be world champion. Steve Austin has said for years, if you don't want to be the world champion, you shouldn't be here. Know what I mean? He's got a point. Does Eddie want to be world champion or not? And if the answer is no, then why is he even in that company, right? Hey, look, I'm just giving you my take, man. I'm just giving you my take. You know what I mean? I mean, it's up to you whether or not you agree, whether or not you think I'm nuts. I don't know. Shannon well said. Does he need a title? I don't know that he does. I love when the ladies are here. You guys make me so happy. Do I sound like a player? By the way, it occurs to me, I don't mean to sound like a player. I'm not trying to sound like a player. I don't know. I just love it when the female contingent shows up and makes their voice heard. It makes me very happy. It makes me very happy because I like it. Because there's a lot of, remember the the crappy pro wrestling podcast we mentioned earlier? Dude, there's language from front to back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Do you know where I'm getting at? You know where I'm coming from? I just like us to be able to talk openly and honestly like adults, and to not, well, I'm right and that's it. I just got a problem with I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. It doesn't matter. Look, we're all in this together here on the Facebook. We're just all in this together. I'm not going to talk anymore about it. I just think we all have different approaches. We all have different approaches. Shannon, where are you? There you are. I love that. Ladies' Day. I'd sing Ladies' Night, but I don't want to embarrass myself. He says, do I make you happy? I thought I was your favorite. Boy, Ray's going to have a problem with that. Ray's going to have a problem with that. Ray says, really need to get your opinion on Carmelo Hayes. He's great, dude. He's going places, provided they allow him to go places. Shane says, Eddie Kingston can talk, but what hurts him is he is not a technician. I don't know if that hurts him. Can I be straight? I don't know if it's hurting him at all. I really, really, really don't. If Bryan Danielson were out of shape, would that hurt him? I don't know that it would. You know what I mean? Because people connect with Danielson. They respect his ability. Now, to your point, though, Shane, what do they respect? The technical aspects of his game, right? And you're right. Kingston doesn't have that at all, okay? But Kingston's a fighter. You know what I mean? They respect that about him. And they respect that he's been through hell, you know? I think that Kingston gets his win back from Dynamite last night. And I believe he will pin Jun Akiyama. And also, let's be honest, when AEW brings in the Japanese, New Japan talent, whatnot, typically the AEW guys tend to go over in those matches. I completely and wholly disagree with you, my friend. Wholly disagree with you. Hoy vey. Shannon says, we all know Ray is the favorite number female. Shannon, you're awesome. You got it. You nailed it. And anyone that doesn't agree with that, I love you too. So, don't tell Tina. Ha! See what he said? See? Everyone loves the main event. I don't know. I'm ripping off the Acclaims line. All right. Anyway, I don't know. Sometimes we pick these matches, who's going to win, whatever. I don't really hang my hat on predictions. It's just not my thing. It's a preview show, not a prediction show. But I'll say that Kingston gets his win. There it is. Gets his win back from Dynamite. And again, I'll remind you, we got to, I got this turkey waiting on me. Look at that bird. Look at the size of that bird. Jeff's kiss, as they say. Look at that. I don't drink wine. I'm straight edge, so I'm not having that. I'll have water. Or maybe some eggnog. I'm in a good mood. Best friends, Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor with Rocky Romero and Danhausen versus The Factory, QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Lee Johnson, Nick Comoroto, and Cole Carter. Man, Cole Carter is a nice-looking kid with a great body, and he's talented. If they do good things with him, he's going to go places, dude. I promise you he will. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that 10-man tag team match. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a fun match. Marshall gets a lot of crap because it's the kind of heel that he is. It's the kind of character that he is, right? But let's be honest, man. He's very, very good at what he does. And they played that. What was it on? Was it Rampage or Dynamite when they played? He was like, look, we're going to play spooky videos. Like, Renee, you don't need to see this. So they stepped out, and it was the Danhausen video, and Marshall's like, that is literally Danhausen. And they just like, whatever. And they just walked off. That is so good. That is so good. And what more can you say about Cassidy that hasn't already been said, dude? The night that they were all talking about the All-Atlantic Championship, and he walks into the camera frame, and he never looks at them. He only looks at the camera, and he goes, y'all talking about me? He pulls the belt and says, y'all talking about this? Dude, it's so good. He knows exactly who he is, and he knows exactly what he needs to do to get himself over. There are some talents in this business 5-10 years that still don't understand how to get themselves over. And that's the truth. And I think a lot of guys in the business would testify to that. I'm just saying, they don't grasp enough of who they are, or maybe don't even understand who they are to be able to get themselves over. Jeffrey, what's up, my friend? Not everyone can be in the title picture at the same time. Well said. And sometimes the true champions shine through when they make a storyline work the way Eddie Kingston until they do get in the title picture. And you're right. A lot, as I said, you're dead on. Perception, sorry. Perception is reality for fans. Just because the office views a guy in a certain way doesn't mean the fans will. Remember how much everybody hated Roman for like 5 straight years, hated his guts? Okay? Remember? That's kind of what we're talking about. Just because the office loves him doesn't mean that he's over or will be considered in the fans' minds as world championship material. It's two different things. It's not always two different things. A lot of times in a perfect world, things combine and they work on both sides. But that isn't always the case, right? We know that. We're all mature enough to be able to admit that. But yeah, you're right. 100% agree. 100% agree. Eric Jackson in the house. What's going on? Thank you, Shannon. Yes, I agree. Will be a fun match. Jeff says that 10-man match could steal the show. Ray says Happy Orange is finally talking. He is a solid worker. He is a solid worker. No one gives him enough credit. And you know what? Screw it. I don't care what anybody says about Orange anymore. Orange listen to me. Orange Cassidy found a way to get over in a business that is impossibly hard to get over in on a national level with a gimmick that wasn't created for TV and a gimmick that wasn't engineered for prime time and a gimmick that wasn't handed to him by storyline writers and a gimmick that wasn't faxed to him or texted to him and graphic ideas for his outfit storyboarded in an office in Connecticut. I'll say it. He got over with the gimmick that he came up with on the independent circuit that caught fire. And he got it over on a national level, despite the number of people. And I was one of them who said, I don't know if you can do this on TV. Boy, was I dead wrong. I admit it. Every time I'm wrong, I own it. Own your oversights. Okay. I underestimated Orange Cassidy. I was dead wrong. I admit it. Yeah. He managed to get over in a business incredibly hard to get over in. Okay. He did it. He's making money. Back off. Well said, Shannon. You may not like his character, but you can't deny he's solid in the ring. 100%. We got a lot of matches to get to. There's like 47 matches on this card. We're going to keep trucking. By the way, I think we're all picking best friends and his guys to go over. Yeah. Brian Cage versus Ricky Starks. This makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, Powerhouse Hobbs and Starks have already gone at it. It makes a lot of sense that Cage and Starks would go at it. I think Starks, I'll say the word needs the win. I don't know if he needs it, but I'll use the word needs just because it seems to fit the narrative here, I guess. I think he needs to win this match. And let's get this, don't get it twisted. If he doesn't win the match, does that mean he's done? He's over? No, it doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean he's in the toilet. Everybody relax. I don't know that he needs, like technically, if he doesn't win, it's over. But I will use the word needs in terms of, pardon me, I'd like to see him win this match. And does he need to win it? I'll use that word. I'll use that word. What's good about Starks is that he has a great look. He can talk. He can work. He's got the entire package, yes. And when Starks wants to step it up and hit that next gear, he totally can, pun intended, okay? He totally can hit the next gear. He's done it many times before. So there you go. I'm looking forward to this match. We will see what happens. What's everybody talking about? Jez says Starks needs the win to help keep his momentum. Ray says love Starks, can see him getting a title push 100%. Charlotte says, you know what? You're right, too. A lot of people love Ricky Starks, man. That goofball pose that he does, he got it over, man. That, and again, people go nuts over the weirdest stuff in this business. People go nuts over everything. If you don't believe me, go look at Twitter for 5 minutes, come back and tell me what you think. People go nuts over the weirdest stuff, dude. Well, I don't like this game. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Is it working? Is he making money? Is he feeding his family? Is he feeding himself? Shut up. Get off him. You know what I mean? Yikes. What are we talking about here? It's ridiculous. Jumping Jeff Sharma. Thanks for jumping into the pod, my friend. You guys are the best. You guys have smashed the devil out of that like button. I very much appreciate it. Again, step 2 of my ask, if you don't mind, if you will, share this link in your social channels. If you got Twitter, please share it there. On the Facebook, please share it on your feed. I would greatly appreciate it. As you guys know, it would mean loads to me. The other Jeffrey says people are going nuts for MJF since he came back. Yeah, and he's feeding into it. We'll get there. Trust me. We will get there, my friend. Never you fear. Ward Lowe okay, versus Samoa Joe versus the aforementioned powerhouse Hobbs. This is, and by the way, Cage and Starks is AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament semifinals. My apologies. This match is the three-way match for the AEW TNT Championship. The rift between Wardlow and Samoa Joe came from out of nowhere. I have no idea why they pulled the trigger this incredibly fast. It makes no sense to me at all. I just don't get it a bit. I'm not saying I hate it or that, oh, it's stupid. Nothing like that. I don't know if it's working for me. Joe works as a face. Joe works as a heel. Joe works as a commentator. Joe works as a wrestler. Joe works as everything because Joe can do everything and Joe's very good at everything. Okay. So I'm okay if he's running heel. I don't care. It's fine with me. Totally fine. Because, Joe's going to kill you, right? Totally good with it. I don't understand why we split him and Wardlow up to some degree as quickly as we did. Carlos says this is going to be one big car accident match. Oh, dude. This is, what was it? Big E that said big meaty men slapping meat. Oh my God in heaven. Are you kidding me? You better believe it. You better believe it. Listen, don't even doubt it. Don't even doubt it. Big meaty men slapping meat. That's what's going to happen in this match, dude. It's going to be an insane collision. It's going to be like, three semi rigs colliding on I-40. That's the truth. Head on. That's what this is going to be. I'm here for it. And you know what's good about this match? All three of these guys can work, dude. I want you guys to think back about Hobbs the way he looked when he first stepped in versus the way he looks now. What did we say about Hobbs the whole time? What did I say about him? You give this kid enough time, he's going to get somewhere. He needs time. Because, dude, at one time in the ring, I was legit scared for the guys he was working because Hobbs was going way too fast and like bum rushing his opponents. I kept thinking, oh my God, you're going to kill this guy, right? He's come such a long way since he first got to that company. And look, he's got to do things that guys can only dream of. He's got to work a feud with Sting, for crying out loud. This guy's done. I mean, how many people can one day end their careers with saying, I feuded with Sting? Imagine what his grandkids are going to say. What? Dude, are you kidding? I mean, he's got so many opportunities in that company. And if I were him, I wouldn't leave that company for a good long time. Not till you've done everything. When you've done everything, then you leave. If you want to, take your shot at the other company, see what they can do with you, if they can do anything with you, and then come on back. But he's young. He's got options. The guy is insanely talented. Nancy White's here. Everybody, please welcome Miss White. It's okay. I've shown the kids the turkey. We're having turkey today. It's Thanksgiving, or it's going to be. And Nancy, I know you're a little late, but just for you, since you missed it, here we go. Come on, man. That's a top shelf turkey gobble. Only a top shelf turkey gobble for the fans at Tom Clark's Main Event. And you guys better stay tuned because you know what's coming next. The Tom Clark's Main Event dancers, they're warming up in the hallway. They're going to be out here. You don't want to miss it, dude. Prime time is what I'm telling you. Prime time. Getting deep in here, isn't it? Jeffrey says Wardlow versus Samoa Joe versus Hobbs looks like a rush job that was rushed too quickly rather than working for after the pay-per-view and setting a decent storyline with time. They could have, well, okay, I see your point. It doesn't mean the match will be bad. I mean, really, Jeff, here's what I'll tell you. You got to deal with what's put in front of you. And we don't have a what if put in front of us. It's fun to talk about. We talk about what ifs all the time on the show, right? But we have to roll with what's put in front of us. Alma at the show. What's up? Welcome back to the main event. Britt, look, I want everybody to look at this. Look at this. We got Charlotte, we got Nancy, we got Alma, we got Brenda, we got Shannon. The ladies are in the house. Tom Clark's Main Event. The ladies are the backbone of this show, baby. This is how we roll, yo. Not a bunch of dudes up in here yelling at each other and cursing each other, talking about, I know everything. We don't roll like that. We keep an open mind. We talk out of respect to the talents. We tell you matches we liked and maybe didn't like so much. We always wish everyone the best. We want everybody to be safe. We can like certain things a company does, we can dislike them. It never means we want that company to fail. It never means that all we do when we go live is bash a company. I've said it. I'm on the record. I'm not a huge fan of what WWE does. I'm not. I don't watch WWE product full time anymore. But I'm not bashing them. You know what I mean? Big difference, man. I'd like to see that company keep going. I love a lot of the talent that work for that company presently. I like a lot of the guys in the locker room in that company and gals. I'd like to see them keep moving. My job is to not sit here and tell you what I think Triple H does wrong every single week. Are you kidding me? What are we doing? Either you like a show or you don't. Man, I'm getting, dude, I am so fired up right now. Whew. Where are you, Nancy? Look, Nancy, I'll come back. Look, another lady's here. Oh my God, dudes, you are outnumbered. There's 20 of you. I bet 11 of you are. Everyone, welcome. Cherie, I was just like gushing over the number of the females here in the room. You just increased it by another one. I'm back to you, Miss White. My apologies. Did you hear CM? I did not hear the commentary. How was he? Like he was joking about not being good for the locker room. Here's what I'll tell you. You know, I don't comment on stuff that I don't know. I don't. I will analyze things that we see and I'll give you my take. That's what I do. That's what I've done as a writer. It's what I do as a podcaster. It's how I roll. All right. I never speak in absolutes, and anyone that does on a pro wrestling podcast is a friggin' idiot. You never speak. Well, this is it, period. You're an idiot. And anyone that believes you is an idiot as well. Well, maybe not. That's a little strong. That's a little harsh. No one really knows anything, right? I'll tell you what I think. Okay. There's the thing about the drama with Punk and how he was rubbing the locker room wrong for bad for a while apparently is legit. And I know this. Okay. Now you can take that or you can leave it, but I'm telling you, I have it on really good authority that is 100% true, that this has been brewing for a good long time. Now, and not to defend Punk when I say this, kids, all right? But here's what I'm telling you. If Punk came in and was told, listen, we've got a locker room full of young guys. You're a veteran. I'd love to see you take charge. I'd love to see you get in there and coach them up. Now, was he told that? If the answer is yes, how's anyone going to get mad at him for doing what he was asked to do? Now, I'm not saying he was, but I'm just throwing it out there. Devil's advocate. Let's just assume he was told, we'd like to see you coach him up. Now, that's one. Part two, flip side of this conversation is, was he too much? Did he come in too hard? You can't come in too hard. Okay, you got to come in easy. You got to slide in easy. Get in there easy. Don't come in too hard. You just can't. Because you're one guy in a locker room of like 40 guys and gals. You can't be that dude. You can, I guess, and it looks like he was, right? From what we've been told. But I don't think it worked out. Nancy also said the commentators were all joking with him, saying he should get a shout out. He's saying he should get in the ring with Tyson Fury. They'd make money with the match. Let's be honest. That's when he said, I'm not good for the locker room. Jeffrey, good comment. If the evidence is there, the evidence is there. Where there's fire, there's probably some smoke. Right? Thank you, Gerald. You're awesome. Jeff, I'm always UC. Are you kidding me? Always. Alma says Samoa Joe for the win. Like Joe is a heel. Can you see him going against the AW champion, whoever it may be? 100%. Shannon, will wrap up this match on your comment. Something big happened because when the top talent don't want to work with him, that absolutely. And I've been in enough locker rooms and I have heard the words in a locker room more than one time. I'm not working with him. Yeah. I'm not going to get any more detailed than that, but I've been told I'm not working with him or her, right? It's a real thing. Listen, these people are professionals. They're professionals on your job. on your actual shoot job, whatever it is you do for, you don't have to tell me, whatever it is you do for a living. I mean, there's certain people, I would guess at some point you're like, I'm not working with that person again. Like if I do, something could happen to my job or something going to happen to him because I might put him in the floor. You know what I mean? Everybody's got somebody like that, I would assume. Not me. I'm a teddy bear. Joe doesn't need a belt. I'll go Powerhouse for the win because I don't know that Wardlow technically needs the belt. That's just me throwing it out there. Let's go to a good, fun one that we knew was going to happen eventually. Death Triangle, Pac, Penta El Zero and Rey Fenix are the champions with Alex Abrahantes versus the returning Elite. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Yes, this is a 6-man tag team championship match. 6-man tag team match with AW World Trios Championships. Okay, so all right. Punk is out. Elite's back in. Get it? That's how we roll. It's all right. It's the decision they made. It's the decision they made, dude. It's all good. You got to do what's best for your business, right? Charlotte says this shall be interesting. Absolutely. Shannon says happy to see the Elite back. If I sat here and said to you, I'm a massive Kenny Omega fan, I'd be lying. However, I'm not a massive Kenny Omega fan. It again, what's your taste? What do you personally like to see? What in a pro wrestling match? How do you personally like to see wrestlers in a match to carry themselves? He's not always my personal cup of tea. This guy main event in Tokyo Dome. Can we take a step back and understand that he main event in Tokyo Dome? Can we just acknowledge that for the crowd, for everybody in the cheap seats so they can hear us? It's the truth. So, mad respect for Omega. Does his vision of pro wrestling personally coincide with mine? No, but I got mad respect for a guy who has done the work, who has put in the time, and who has put the time in, who has done what it looks to be everything asked of him. Okay, and done it to the best of his ability. I got mad respect for that, and I got a lot of respect for the Bucks, dude. This company wouldn't be here. Let's be straight. Company wouldn't be here. Okay. And Death Triangle versus anyone. Death Triangle versus the world. Death Triangle versus cancer. Okay. Anything that they want to put on TV, because these three guys together are solid gold. And this Pac turn they keep teasing, stop. Don't nobody want to see that happen, dude. Know what I mean? Because everybody knows that Death Triangle's so much better together. So much better together. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Nancy asking if the Elite will have any ring rust. I suspect they won't, but you never can tell what would happen. Shannon says, I like Omega, but he's not my favorite. Loved him in New Japan. Very good. He's very good. Nancy says, I think Death Triangle is awesome, but that Pac will want to cheat. He's a cheater. They do call him the perfect. I'm not going to say it. It's a bad word. It's a bad word. It's funny. If you guys only knew me in real life, I curse in real life. It's the truth. If you ever heard me curse, you'd be dropping dead of shock. Charlotte says Pac is going to turn on his team. Man, I hope not. I hope you guys are wrong about this, man. He says Kenny Omega is way better than the. Oh, man, you guys are always going at Ray. You and Ray are always going at each other. Will says Omega, hometown favorite. There you go. Jeff says we would not benefit anything turn Pac. It would destroy more things and it would help. Oh, I like that comment. I really like that comment. What a great and succinct way to put that, dude. Like, who does it benefit? What does it benefit? And does it hurt more than it helps? Excellent comment. Because you've got a point, dude. You got a point. Who's it going to help? They're going to put Pac in a world title picture? Probably not. He's already All-Atlantic champion. He doesn't need to split to go get another belt. Well, no, I'm sorry. He was All-Atlantic champion. Excuse me. My apologies. Cassidy's got it now. I mean, unless that's the play, and even if it is the play, why even do that? He can go after a title now. He had two before. Excellent way to put that. Nancy, I won't speak for the guy. I suspect he's okay. He meaning Omega, but I don't know. By the way, I think we're looking at the Elite with the win. My opinion. Whew. Give me a second to process this one. All right. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby Allin. You guys know I love me some Sting. I got mad respect for Sting. I got mad respect for Darby. I do. That kid's insane. That kid's nuts. The fact that Darby's not dead, shocking. Or crippled, even more shocking. Unreal. Jay Lethal is great. One of the best in the world. I mean, everyone's got something. Not everyone, but a lot of people have something. Jay's had stuff on him. I'm not going to bother talking about it, but you can look it up. But if we're just talking about keeping it to the business, Jay's one of the best in the world. I believe that. I totally believe that. Jeff Jarrett. I never disrespect anyone intentionally on this show. I go out of my way to say things like no disrespect. I go out of my way to say things like this is what I think. This isn't necessarily fact. I go out of my way to say, hey, people love this. It's not for me personally. I go out of my way. I'm having microphone issue or headphone issues. I'll get it straight. I go out of my way to be as respectful as possible. And I will give Mr. Jarrett the same amount of all due respect. Do I need to see Jeff Jarrett in a ring in 2022? The answer is no. For anyone that said that about Sting, Sting has more than proven that he still can go. Sting's a dog. Okay. And when you're a dog, that means you can go. He's still a dog. All right. He's still getting it done. He's proven he's a dog. Is Jarrett a dog? Now, his work backstage as a executive, whatever, may be exemplary. And he's now, I think he's over not house shows, but what's it called? He's like the schedule, live events, I think. I hope it works out great, and I hope he manages to do some things maybe they haven't tried before, and it brings them more fans, and it gets them even hotter. I think that would be cool. And that's no disrespect. Do I need to see Jeff Jarrett in the ring in 2022? I don't know. Nancy says, Jeff doesn't need to be in the ring. Cherie says, I'm just not interested in this one. It's kind of like Ric Flair's retirement match all over again. I love Sting and Darby as a team. Sugar Shane says, Jay is awesome, but Jeff is the king of the mountain. Interesting. Shannon says, Brenda, same. He's my favorite in AEW. Oh, you know what makes me so happy when you guys talk to each other? I'm such a nerd about this wrestling stuff, man, and about this show. When you guys talk to each other, it's the best. You guys have all made friends because of me. Be straight. Everybody here, be honest with me. Was there another podcast on the Facebook that you were watching before you started watching Tom Carr's Main Event? All of you together. Be straight. Be honest. Was it Pancakes and Power Slams? Was it? It's okay if it was. I'm just curious. Because I know the Wrestling Rumors page, a lot of you guys tend to hang out here quite a bit. And that's, by the way, I very much appreciate it, obviously. I'm just curious. Am I the first podcast that kind of brought the whole crew here together? I think I am. Because, by the way, and I'm going to vouch for Chris Featherstone because that's my boy. Pancakes and Power Slams. Chris is a top-notch, first-class guy. And he's very, very good at what he does. So go give him your business, okay? And very much check out his show. Jeff says, where'd you go, Jeff? I found you first and P&P afterwards. Brenda says I'm the first. Charlotte says I'm the God, you might make me so happy. Carlos says, man, look at you guys. You're going to make me Oliver Klimt. Ray, are you quoting a Barry White song to me? Or is that Lou Rawls? Is that Lou Rawls, Barry White that you're quoting? That is so good. Thank you guys for your kind words. You guys are the best. Yeah, I got Tina in this game. Listen to me take it's so dumb. Why did I do that? I don't like taking credit for anything. It's weird. They give me all the props in the world, and every time they do, I always push it back to them and say, no, you guys, I opened the door, you had to walk through it, you guys are doing the work. So listen, please don't anybody take that to heart. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I brag. If I brag, it's because I'm proud of them, and that's the truth. I don't brag because I think I'm somebody. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I do. Barry White, thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Robbie. Very cool. Thank you, man. So yeah, I'll say Sting and Darby for the win here. That's what I think. Let's move on, kids. We still got quite a bit of a card to go here before we call it a day. Jade Cargill, TBS champion, the actual TBS champion, defending, and this will decide it all. Who's the actual champion? The girl that has it, the girl that stole it. Interesting. Against Nyla Rose. This is the match that we should have had a long time ago. And I'm going to tell you this. I will go on the record. You're the best, Shannon. I love you too. Charlotte says Nyla better run. Really? Nyla better run? All right. I'm going on the record. I'm going on the record. Get ready. I don't do it much. I'm going on the record, okay? Here's what I'm telling you. Everybody gather up. Listen up. If Nyla Rose cannot pin Jade Cargill, that's it. That's it. Game over. Do you want to know why I say that? Because she's bulldozed everyone else put in front of her. There's no one left. Who's not faced her yet? In that company that's there now. Who's not faced her yet? Toni Storm? I thought Storm had faced her. And look, let's be real. She'll lose eventually. I'm not saying she'll retire undefeated in 10 years. It's nothing nuts. But I'm just saying for the foreseeable future, if Nyla Rose cannot beat her at Full Gear, it's over. I will consistently go back to what I have said multiple times in the past. An undefeated streak does no one any good for long-term storytelling, in my opinion. It does exceptionally well for short-term storytelling, if done correctly. I'll give you two examples. You know who they are, Goldberg and Undertaker. Short-term storytelling, fantastic. Long-term, not so much. When people talk about Bill, they still talk about the streak. That's true. When people talk about Taker, they talk about the Mania streak. That's true. But what they immediately followed up with? Yeah, but Bill lost to a cattle prod. Well, they followed the other one up with, yeah, but they let Brock pin him for no reason. The problem is, and again, this is Tom's take, kids. You paint yourself in a corner with undefeated streaks. Does that mean an undefeated streak can never work and Tom just poo-pooed the whole thing? Not at all. Not at all. I'm just saying from where I'm sitting, it's extraordinarily hard, number one, to build it properly and to make it good. But number two, to come back from it when it needs to end, to rebound and to either start over or to take that person in a higher location, in a bigger direction. Where do you go after you walked on the moon? What do you do with yourself? How do you come back to Earth after you walked on the moon? Can you imagine? How do you face everyday life? You see what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'm at on that. I think Jade wins. Let's hear what the ladies have to say. Yeah, unless someone didn't show up yet, Charlotte says. Where you go, Shannon? Love that there are multiple women's matches. Absolutely. I couldn't be happier about that. 100% agree. Cherie says Jade hasn't faced the top ladies. Britt, Jamie, Thunder. Oh, she hasn't. Wow. Okay. My apologies for getting that mixed up. Because I could have sworn that she had faced at least one of those three. Let's talk about Britt Baker, RH champion. Do you think Jericho? Oh, we're getting there, Nancy. Hold on. You made it this far. Don't bail on me now. We're getting there. Don't nobody leave. You guys are awesome. Hang out with me, man. Jeff says there's no way anyone would be satisfied the way the stakes ended. Someone was going to be mad no matter how it ended. You talking about Goldberg and Taker? I disagree with that. I disagree with that. While you can't please everyone all the time, I think that there was a way to build up to satisfactorily defeating Taker's streak. And I don't think Brock out of the blue was the way to do it, in my opinion. Just like I think there was a way to perhaps do it with Bill. But having said that, I don't know how you do it because Bill had legit beaten everybody there. You know what I mean? Still, though, of course, you're comparing WCW to WWE, and that's, it's tough. But yeah, I disagree with that sentiment. In my opinion, I think there's a way to do everything, right? Does it mean you can make everybody happy? Streaks, I get you, Jeff. I get you. You're right. You can't make everybody happy for sure. I was just trying to narrow it down. I'll be honest with you. I'm going Cargill for the win. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus a Luchasaurus in a steel cage match. Let's just cut to the chase. Jungle Boy is winning this match. And that's it, and that's all. See how dumb that sounds? I would like to see Jungle Boy win this match. In my opinion, it makes sense for Jungle Boy to win this match. I don't know why you wouldn't have a Jungle Boy win this match. It just doesn't make any sense to me why it wouldn't happen. What makes sense to me, in my opinion, is that Jungle Boy wins this match. Now, what do I want to see happen? I'm good with whatever. But it kind of feels like if Jack Perry doesn't win this match, and I don't know what we did all this for. You know what I mean? Because he never comes up in the crunch in this feud. I feel like maybe he does kind of need to win this match. And that if he doesn't, I don't know where you go from here. And what was it Jeffrey said earlier? The alternative doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, how do you rebound from that? Where do you go next in the story? Nancy said Jungle Boy all the way. Carlos says, I think Jungle Boy wins, but how? Going for Jungle Boy, Gerald says. Jeffrey says Jungle Boy doesn't win. There's something really, really wrong. Charlotte says, I hear Lucha is hurt. All the more reason to put JB over. JB. Let's get that likes up to 30. Can we do that, kids? Has everybody here hit the button? If you haven't, please do so. Again, I would very much appreciate it. It'd mean loads to me. Yeah, I do believe that Jungle Boy is going over in this match. Nancy says, watch Christian be fake. No, he's legit hurt. But the question is, has he recovered? And he's just kept his arm in the sling for TV. That's the question, okay? Because if he has, then you're right. He'll pop that arm out and do some damage. But again, honestly, I think he'll get involved, and I think it'll look like a screw job. And then at the very last second, Jack Perry will pull out the win. In my opinion. Jeffrey the best. People hitting the love button. Man, this is about to become a whole different kind of podcast. The love button. Let's see. Let's go to the next match. Dr. Britt Baker. I'm never ready for this. Try it again. Dr. Britt Baker. Not bad, right? Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Saraya. That's Miss Saraya to you. This is, of course, a singles match. Everything seemed to be on track for this feud, and then it wasn't. Because Britt Baker on the Dynamite show cut a babyface promo. Great promo. But it really made her out to be babyface at this point. And I'm not really sure why you do that. It didn't ruin it for me. But I can kind of see where maybe some people feel like the air was let out of the balloon a little bit. A little deflating. Right? I can kind of get that. I kind of was taken aback when I'm like, that was a really good promo. And why did you cut that promo? Because she's not exceptional. She's very good at what she does. Britt's come a long way too. Okay. Britt's really good at promos. She is. However, I don't know why you cut that particular promo as if you're making yourself sound like a locker room leader who kept the company afloat and all this other stuff. And she said all the right things and wasn't really mean at all. And like, it just sounds, I don't know. But I do tend to read into things way too much. See, Gerald loved it. Ray says, poor Britt has to lose, but it won't hurt her. She's one of those, pardon me. She's one of those talents that, she's a made man, in other words. Doesn't necessarily need to win anything at this point. She's a pillar in that company. I know that word's overused, so just bear with me. But honestly, Nancy says she was pretending. Yeah, I guess so. Did it feel weird coming out of her mouth like that? It felt weird to me. But again, I'm going too much. Shane says it's time to put Britt Baker back in the main event. She is the queen. Boy, I've heard stuff about Britt too. Hoy vey. Britt, not the most well-loved person in that locker room. Don't ask me how I know, but I promise you that's what I've been told. Not the most well-loved person in that locker room. He says, what if Vince shows up tonight? The Vince shows up to where? Who are we talking about? Vince who? To what show? I legit don't know what you mean. I'm gonna go Saraya. I feel like Saraya gets the first win back in how many years since she's been in the ring? Yeah, I feel like Saraya's winning this match, dude. I know we're kind of flying through this, but as I said, we still got quite a bit of a card to power through here. Let's go to the next. The Ring of Honor champion, Chris Jericho, versus Bryan Danielson versus Claudio Castagnoli versus Sammy Guevara. 4-way match for the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. Okay. Earlier when I vented about everyone can have their own opinions and I was okay with that, but I hear some crappy takes. Chris Jericho is a legend in the business of professional wrestling. It doesn't mean you have to like his politics, because I don't. It doesn't mean you have to like his wife's politics, because I don't. It doesn't mean you have to love him as a guy, okay? But if anyone tells me that this guy is not a legend, you're fooling yourself. It's okay to not like him. It's okay to not like anything you want, but show respect to the guy for everything he's accomplished. What's funny is when fans are absolutely in love with the other company and that company can do no wrong in their eyes, everything's fine when the guy's there. When that guy leaves and goes to another company, suddenly he's not a legend, Tom. He's holding on too long. Oh, look at him. No one wins. He wins all the time. Really? Is that what we're doing? I got a problem with that. Okay. Call it like it is, because those opinions are garbage opinions. They're garbage opinions. Just because you have an opinion doesn't make it a fact. Believe that. And remember that. Your opinion does not necessarily equate fact. If it ends up equating fact, good for you. If not, knock it off. And don't present opinions as facts. I hate that garbage. Jericho's a legend. Does he win too much? I don't book the show. Ask everyone he's beaten if he wins too much. That's the opinion I'd like to hear, not the opinion of some dude sitting in his mom's basement. I don't really care for that. What I care about are the people that he's worked. If the opinion in the locker room is becoming, man, he wins all the time, then that's probably going to be a problem. I'm not saying I believe that at all. I'm also not saying I believe the opposite either. That you're just getting my full, blunt take on this. Everybody get off his certain body part. Get off it. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? The whole point with this Ring of Honor stuff is just to stick it. It's just to stick fans with it. It's to make him heel. Because he comes out, people sing Judas. Jericho's supposed to be a heel. He's got to find a way to make people boo him. So he chose the Ring of Honor stuff to dump on. And it works. It works pretty darn well. I can't fault him for that. Get off Chris Jericho, for crying out loud. Again, if you're another company doing this gimmick, I bet you'd love him. Am I wrong Tell me if I'm wrong. Everything seems to have this mystical halo and unicorns and rainbows when you're working for the other guy. It's okay then. But when you get to the company where you can call your own shots and not be handed a scripted promo and not be made to feel like garbage or like you're just one little peon in the grand scheme of things, and you actually give creative input, then you're a piece of crap? Really? Okay. As I said, there's some crappy takes about pro wrestling. Know who you're listening to. I'm not saying the best. I'll never say that. I've listened to a lot better than myself, trust me. But if you're going to listen and spend your time on a Saturday when you could be with your family hanging out, instead you're spending over an hour with me, be sure that what you're putting in your ears and your brain is not utter nonsense. And if you're watching those shows that are utter nonsense, ask yourself, what are they feeding me here? I'm not going to answer that. That's for you to answer. It's up to you what you think. I'm just giving you my opinion. Charlotte says, you will make the list if you don't think he's a legend. Well done. Was he the master? I don't watch that show. I don't watch it. Hui. Nancy says he's the GOAT. Vince at all. You talking about Vince McMahon? Stop. Stop, E. Stop. Stop, E. Charlotte says Guevara going to turn. Could be. They're leading up to it again. Don't know why. Don't know why. Alma says Claudio. Well, they could just give it back to Claudio. Why not? I'd be okay with that. Keith said Jericho is at the pinnacle of his career. I hope he keeps going just like a modern day Flair. And there's an argument to be made that he shouldn't. I respect your opinion. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. See, there's one guy's opinion. The next opinion could be that I don't like watching his matches. He doesn't entertain me like he used to, and I don't get anything out of his performances anymore. That's a solid opinion. You know what I mean? But it's the opinion that says, nah, he shouldn't win anymore. He should lose. This is dumb. What are we talking about? Jeff says, much as I dislike Bryan Danielson, but I respect the guy and everyone in the four-way match. Gerald says, I think Bryan will turn on Claudio. Could be. Sugar Shane said, if AW really wanted to make Jericho top heel, he would cost MJF the title by interference in his title match. I'm not saying no. I don't hate it. I just wonder where will you go from there? That's interesting. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go with Claudio as well. The Acclaimed. Everyone loves the Acclaimed, right? Anthony Bowens and Max Caster with Billy Gunn versus Swerve in Our Glory, AEW World Tag Team Championship match. I don't think there's any doubt Acclaimed retained the belts here. I think anything else, in my opinion, would be the wrong move. I think you did a heck of a lot to get them to this point. I think you did a heck of a lot to get them over, and they did a heck of a lot themselves. I don't know why you would choose to take the belts off of them at this juncture. It doesn't seem like the right move from where I'm sitting, so maybe it's not the right thing to do. Now, they could do it, and then maybe they got something else in mind. Don't know what the something else could be. I'm just giving you my take. That's what I think here. I believe the Acclaimed pull out the win. Gerald, did you ever think as a grown man you'd ever say that with a straight face? Nobody did. Charlotte says, I hear Bowens is hurt again. Are you serious? Is that true? Oh. Let's be honest. Even if he is hurt, I would still find a way to put them over and keep the belts on him. Ray says, Acclaim wins, no doubt. Lee should go full heel or fight with Swerve. I do believe those two guys are going to turn on each other for sure. Robbie says, Claudio wins, all the former RH wrestlers going up on the Ocho. Acclaim versus Darby and Sting. Ooh. So, yeah, I will pick Acclaim to go over in this match. The Bowens thing throws a wrench in the machine. Can I be honest with you? It throws a wrench in the machine. So I don't know what we're talking about. If that is the case, then it looks like maybe they'll take the belts. I kind of hope. Again, I'd like to see them find a way to not do that. Jeff says, I'll boo the Acclaim when they come to town here in Broomfield, but the Acclaim because they are breaking up Swerve and Our Glory, and some will turn on each other. And all right, well, we shall see. Shannon, have you been holding on this whole time? You're awesome. Acclaim for the win. Thanks, everybody, for hanging on. I know we're going way over time. We're 15 minutes over right now. We're about to wrap this up. We got 2 matches left. Charlie, what's up, Charlie? Welcome to the show. Caster's a workhorse. I can't agree more. He's very good. And both of these guys have come a long way as a team. They've got some great tag team work also. Look really good together, in my opinion. Toni Storm, AEW Women's World Champion. She's the interim AEW Women's World Champion versus Jimmy Hayter. Can I be honest with you? I believe in this match that we're talking about, Thunder Rosa will return. That's what I think. Excuse me. I think that she will come back. No matter who wins the belt, I think that she will get in that person's face with the Women's World Championship, and they'll have a stare down. Am I right? I don't know. That's just what I think. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think about this match? If it goes the way that it's the looks going, this could be the semi-main, and why not? Jamie's got a lot of fans, dude. That's the truth. Jeff, where are you in the world again? If you don't mind telling us. Shoveling snow, where are you in the world again? Thank you for watching, my friend. You're awesome. Tell me where you are before you leave. Who got snow recently? I know Chicago got snow. It's that time of year, baby. It is November. What time of year is it? Could Baker turn on Hayter? I'm okay with that. It's a twist. It's a turn. Sure, why not? It wouldn't make a lot of sense because Hayter's her wingman, right? And she protects her. But I guess I can kind of see that if she replaced her with somebody else. Where'd you go, Jeff? Jeff's in Ontario, Canada. It's always snowing in Ontario, isn't it? Thank you for watching, Jeff. You're the best, man. Thanks. Charlotte's in New York. I was just in your fair city in September. Sheree says, I want Hayter, but I think you're right. Thunder's going to come back. Yeah, and I don't know that she's going to I don't think that she's going to interfere, but I do think that she will confront whoever does win the championship and holds that belt up, and she'll hold her belt up, and we'll have a belt holding up moment. This is what I like to call the belt holding up moment. I don't know. Shannon says, we got a couple times at melted. Where are you in the world? Look at me being all nosy. I apologize. I'm in North Carolina. I'm fully doxxed. I've said it here on the show many times. Jeffrey says, I'm in Colorado and we got blasted with snow. That would not be a first for Baker to turn. You're right. Jeffrey says, Hayter's been growing in popularity and Baker could use that. Jealousy. Yeah. Shannon's in Missouri. Awesome. I've never been up that way before. Keith is in Western New York. Buffalo got 6 feet of snow. Yikes! Keep it, baby. I don't want it. I'm not a fan of snow, dude. Not a fan. I mean, it's all right. I'm just not a fan. It's the driving on the road and almost dying. I'm not a fan of that at all. You know what I mean? I got a 4-wheel drive. That thing does exceptionally well in snow, by the way. It's a little Ford Escape. Little tiny Ford Escape. That thing does exceptionally well. It's got the built-in 4-wheel drive. Exceptionally well. Last year, got bad weather. Hoya. I was fine. Can I be honest with you? I don't think Storm loses this match. I thought you were living in California. That's a change, huh? California to Missouri. All right, kids. We got one more. in a match that many so-called know-it-alls are saying he has to win. He meaning MJF. So let me address something else for crappy wrestling takes. That John shouldn't have the belt. Where does this come from? I'd love to know. You know what it is? It's some kind of weird entitled thing that people have these days. Like, oh, he shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. Jon Moxley has stepped up. And by the way, Dean Ambrose is dead. Long live Jon Moxley. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. They're two different people. Know that. John has stepped up in ways that I would dare say everyone watching, all of you, and me, maybe did not envision when he left that company. I'm not going to tell you that I didn't think he had it in him. If you had said, Tom, will he become the top guy? I mean, I'd have to go back 3 years and listen to what I said on the shows at that time. I don't remember. I've slept a lot since then. Well, I've slept some since then. I don't know if I could have said he will be the top guy. But, buddy, he's the top guy. I want everybody to understand what they're saying. When they say Jon Moxley shouldn't blah, 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 blah. Jon Moxley, top guy in AEW. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Jon Moxley, top guy in AEW. Know that. Okay? What are we talking about? He shouldn't be champion. When CM Punk decided to go into business for himself, first on the mic and then in the locker room, who picked that belt back up when he was supposed to be taking time off? Well-deserved, well-earned time off. Who did that? Who did that? The guy that some people say shouldn't have the belt now. Moxley's an alpha male. You want to know what that means? Out in the real world, alpha male has wholly negative connotations, and it should. There's not a lot of room in today's society for people who classify themselves as alpha male. Okay? There's just not. There's no chest thumping going. And if there is, ladies, you may want to stay away from that guy. Because if he beat his own chest, you might be next. Tell him like I see it. I don't know what kind of a place we have in today's society for quote unquote alpha males. All right. In the business of pro wrestling, it's a big deal and it always will be. It doesn't mean you do it at the cost of anyone else's success. It doesn't mean you do it and step on other people in the process. It doesn't mean that you do it to hurt others. It means that you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table, and you know how good you are and what you can do in the squared circle. That's what it means. Jon Moxley checks all the boxes for being an alpha male in the business of professional wrestling. Again, if you don't want to be world champion, you shouldn't be there. Jon Moxley wanted to be world champion, and he knows he can do it. He's proven it. How many times now? As I said about Jericho, get off Jon Moxley. And by the way, all this XWE, I am sick of the XW. I am sick. Chris Jericho was a WCW wrestler first. But he's never called ex-WCW wrestler, is he? Why is that exactly, Tom? Because people are trying to prove a point. Gasp. Yes, I think so. No one calls Jon Moxley the ex-CZW guy, but guess what? Jon Moxley is the ex-CZW guy. Dean Ambrose was the WWE. Do you see where I'm going from? I am sick of the, and I'm going to tell you something. If you use ex-WWE, shame on you. You want to know why? It brings nothing to the, it means nothing. Well, Tom, they pushed the WWE guys, ex-WWE guys. I'm so fired. I am sick of that. If anybody doesn't like what I'm saying, debate me. Let's go head to head. And I'll tell you how wrong you are. I'll embarrass you. Okay, I'll take your lunch money from you. I'll leave you crying. Come at me. Okay? I've had enough. If you can't present a forum that is down the middle and that looks at all sides and gives everyone a voice, and you don't proclaim to be God Almighty, evangelizing on how brilliant you are about a sport you've never even been in, save it. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I wasn't going to go here. I went there, and I don't care. Holidays are coming. Just saying. Sugar Shane says, Tom, you're exactly right. Never saw this coming from Moxley when he left WWE. He was mad, a mid-card performer. That was my opinion. You're not wrong. He was. He deserves all the credit, and he even made me think about the Shield and him being the third wheel. Yep. Where'd you go, Shannon? There you are. Mox was supposed to take time off, but he stepped up. Yep. Let's don't forget. He and brother, he'll always be an alcoholic. Just like you're always an addict. It never ends. It's just that you're not giving into it. You're constantly working to keep yourself away from it. Okay? Kudos to him. Kudos to him. Kind of fun that Rollins, Reigns, and Moxley all have belts. I would submit that it's perfect, actually. And people can I wouldn't have said that about Roman at one time from my own personal opinion. I say it now. Roman's paid his dues. Dude, Mox had almost paid all his dues by the time he got to that company. He was pretty close, in my opinion. Seth was on the way. Again, just my take. But that's what I'm saying. And again, let me take a step back for anybody that was wholly offended by me ranting just now. You can watch what you want, and you can have whatever dumb opinion you want to have. You're not hurting me. You're not ruining my life, and you're not changing the way I do my show. No one is. Okay? I do my show a certain way, and that's the standard I hold myself to. And if you don't like watching my show, that sucks. I don't want to see you leave. Stick around. I'll try to make you happy. Do what I can. But I'm not changing for anybody. Okay? I'm never going to be that guy that goes for the throat and makes these big, broad, sweeping statements that he can't back up or that make him look like a clown. I've not done it before, and I'm not going to start now. Okay? But that's what I'm telling you. I think everybody needs to calm down just at least a little bit. Just at least a little bit. All right? Internet's a great thing because it gives everybody a voice. And internet is the worst thing that ever happened because it gives everybody a voice. Because some people's opinions shouldn't matter, but they do. And they hold a lot of weight with regular people who shouldn't care about them, but they do. And it's sad. But what are you going to do, right? Who's going to win this match? Does MJF need to win this match? MJF needs to win this match. Shut up. Stop. I will make this comment. Okay? In my opinion, for all the work they've done to get him here, number one, it feels like a swerve. It feels like the whole the firm thing, they're all going to come out and help him. And that he swerved everybody, the fans, Mox, everybody. He even made the comment that he got in Regal's face and said he didn't need the ring to win. Isn't that right, Will? And so William Regal's going to slip him the brass knucks. Tina proposed the theory. I actually kind of really love it. It kind of really makes a lot of sense. And Tina, I don't think you're watching, but if you are, kudos to you. You may end up being right. What a great call that is. That may end up happening. But I'll tell you this, in my opinion, it doesn't mean he could never turn face. But if he's not turning face now and you go through all this swerve to have it be an ultimate swerve in the end on Mox and take the belt off him and leave him in the pool of his own blood, then I don't know how you turn him face later and have it actually be believable. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible, kids. Relax. I'm not on the record of saying nothing's impossible, okay? But again, I don't know how you do it. And why would you do it now? But what's going to happen, we will all find out together. He says, very personal, the holidays. You have all of us to talk to, and sometimes we have to talk about personal stuff and not wrestling. Hey, I get it, man. I get you, E. I appreciate you, brother. Again, we give each other grief, but it's all right. You give me way more grief than I ever give you. Just know that. Need a Uzi. Oh, my God. A Uzi button would be great. You're right, Shannon. He doesn't need it. Shannon, you need a nickname. I never get. Remember the soundbite, Shannon? Ugh, lame. I'm gonna give you a nickname because you back watching my show. You've earned a nickname. I gotta think on it. I don't have one yet. I'll think about it. Apologies for venting. By the way, do you want me to go out on a limb? I say MJF wins the belt. I say Mox is going to take the time off he was supposed to take. The question is, how does he win? Your guess is as good as mine. And with that, we go to the floor that has since been opened. I just opened it. Can't you see that it's open? Don't fall through it. This open floor. What you got for me? Make it good. Ray, we patiently await your question, my friend. Ray better have not have split. Charlotte says, can we have a, what do you want it to say? What do you want it to be? I do anything for my female fans. I'm here. I aims to please. I aims to please. I am here. I serve at your what is it? I serve at your leisure, at your leisure, something like that. Yep. I aims to please. What kind of button is it you want? I'll make it happen. Ray, Cypress Hill, or Eric B. and Rakim. I'll go Cypress Hill. That's tough. Snoop or Biggie? If you're making me choose, I guess I'll choose Biggie. That's hard. If Adam Cole came to your house and invited you and a family to NBA game and had 3 tickets extra, could I have one? And afterward, want to get grilled shrimp and rice, could I come as well? Yes, Ray. Ray all day. Chad Too Bad says he heard that is going to the main roster. And if you don't like that, you can kiss my grit. Man, you set me up there. Wasn't that fun? Well done, Chad. Too bad. Shannon. Oh, Shannon. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Nah, I don't know about turkey. I have turkey twice a year, usually Thanksgiving and Christmas. I have turkey sandwiches, but not like a turkey. That's an excellent question, dude. Let me think for a second. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I like it all. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say what I like more than anything else on the Thanksgiving plate of food. I don't know. Potato salad? The way my mom makes a potato salad. Jeff's kiss. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Jeff said, much I dislike him, Jeff, he will win the belt, but not cleanly. See what he does? I told you, we give each other grief, and then he does that, or he does me a solid and gives me props, and then he does that. Shannon. Dang it, Shannon. Look what you did. I'm going to the moon. I'm not mad at you. I just had to go find the button. Oh, stuffing. Stovetop in the red box. Why would you do anything else? Do you guys make like actual stuffing yourself, handmade? Favorite dessert? Tiramisu's okay. I'm not a huge fan, but I can eat it. I'm not, believe it or not, Shan, I'm not a big fan of the green beans. Who's your favorite viewer from Colorado? Next question. Well, dang it, E, look what you're doing to me. What's everyone's favorite Thanksgiving dessert? Ooh, pumpkin pie, baby. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Alma says ham, dressing, green bean casserole, broccoli. Now, broccoli and cheese casserole is quite lovely, I must say. But you got to have the right one making it. If that broccoli is not fully cooked and it's crunchy, whoosh, right? We have to disagree on this showing and have a really good debate over it. I don't intentionally disagree with anybody. All right, I take that back. I do tend to play devil's advocate a lot. It's the truth. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I have to be adversarial in my conversations, but dude, I do it all the time. But I'm very aware I do it. No one's ever pointed it out to me. I think I just kind of know I do it. I wish I could tell you why. I don't really have an answer for that. Pecan pie, Alma says. I loves me some pecan pie. I've had corn casserole. It is very good. Shannon, you're the best of all time. The boy's great. His first basketball game is the 29th. I'm going to go in on my calendar and block out the days because I'm not missing a game. Believe that. It's not happening. His dad will be there for sure. Robbie getting on the Ray train. Oh, no, he's doing Mount Rushmore. Okay. Mount Rushmore of tag teams where the partner has turned on each other. Mine is Sean on Marty. Stevie Ray turning on Booker. Stone Cold turns on Dude Love. Scott turning on... Man, I think you may have just got it all right there. What else can I do with that? I can't touch that. That's pretty good, man. Besides, Mount Rushmore stuff takes me a while. Sure, he says pumpkin roll. Oh! Whew. Pumpkin roll makes me tingle. It's really good. You made 18 of them, and I didn't get one? You have to make 40 on my... I'll buy one. Do you ship? You ship me a pumpkin roll, I'll buy one. Can you find a way for it to like not sour and whatnot in the mail? You have like cold packs? You have a business? I'll buy a pumpkin roll all day from you. You kidding? He says broccoli is gross. Brother, if we chose to talk politics, it wouldn't be on the main event because I wouldn't do that to the Wrestling Rumors folks. They've always treated me well. Shannon, I love you. Thank you very much for that. You're awesome. And thanks for hanging out, man. You're the best. You guys got a big... All right, we're getting ready to take this home. I got to get back downstairs, dude. You guys got big Thanksgivings planned with your families? I hope you do. I hope you guys have the best Thanksgiving ever. Let's see. Before we get out of here, let's do this. I'll find it. That'll never get old. One more time, and with feeling. Yeah, great. Hey, thanks, Gerald. Thank you, guys. Folks, we're taking it home. Cheesecake salad. I never even heard of such a thing. Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate you. Thank you, Alma. Thank you. You guys are the best. Watch Full Gear tonight. Pay the money. It'll be worth it. I think you'll have fun. Thank you, Charlotte. You guys are the best. Thank you for always taking me in as one of your own. I very much appreciate it. We're a little family here, aren't we? All right. You're all invited to the barbecue, by the way. All of you. I'm getting out of here. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. As always, you guys are the absolute best of all time. I did this show for years before I ever took it live, before I ever did a video edition of the show, before I ever even thought about it. And I did this show as a one-man show. I interviewed wrestlers when I could, interviewed special guests when I could, never had anyone live watching. So it never really mattered to me. And I did it for a while. But I'll be honest with you, I can't imagine doing this show now without the crowd. I appreciate it. It'd be like going to empty arena, the empty arena era. Thank you, Sheree. Love you. Thanks for hanging out. E, you're awesome. Shut up. I know you give me grief, but I still love you. It's okay. All right, kids, that's it for me. I'm getting out of here. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. We will not be here next week, okay? Don't nobody be looking for me on Friday. You'll be disappointed. We're taking next week with the family. You do the same, all right? Don't be online watching pro wrestling stuff unless you just absolutely have to. Take the time with your family. I intend on doing the very same thing. Thanks as always, kids. You guys are the best. Have a great Thanksgiving, okay? I appreciate you. All of you, all right? We're getting out of here. See you next time. That's it for us. Happy Turkey Day, kids. Have a great one. Eat loads of food. Tom Carr's main event.